I love this farm. Hello everyone, my name is Endavar and welcome back to another episode from the single player survival series. And we are starting things off today at the crazy gold farm, designed by Nembon and built in this world quite a while ago. And it served me very well. I've got tons of gold out of this and I'm very happy both with the performance of this farm and the design I've got for the storage area. But there's definitely a few things that need sorting. I was about to say that the spawn rates aren't great after I've killed the first lot, but they seem to be coming down, so they're not really helping my point. But that is one of the things I want to sort today. There's a lot of area in the nether that I haven't spawn proofed yet, so the first thing we're going to do is go sort that. Before going with that, let's just have a look at a couple of other things. So firstly, the storage area, if you haven't seen it, this is what I've got. So this side here is where the gold drops come, so you can see there, that's the farm and all the drops coming through. And then they all get filtered into here, so we've got gold nuggets, and I think we've got a couple at the end for the rotten flesh. And all I do is come here, craft these up into ingots, and then usually into blocks as well, and shove them in the shulker box somewhere. Then, over here, we have the 4 piglins that we're automatically trading with. We fill up a chest that feeds all those droppers, and then they take a look at it, give us free stuff, and then they drop it on the floor, and then underneath these carpets we've got hoppers, which take it into a sorting system. And that is one of the other issues I've got, because this is something I came up with. I thought it'd work alright, but it usually completely backs up. But obviously now I want to show you it's not. So I think these dropper elevators usually do back up though. Actually no, I think it's this one. This is the one that backs up. Yeah. So this one is alright at the moment, and that's because there's a lot more storage at that side. But then this, I think these are full now. Yeah, so this all backs up whenever these do. So I need to sort this. I think I'm going to replace it for something similar to what we've got on the gold farm. So I've got the ice and then the slime block that pushes it across. And then over here, we have the overflow for the items that aren't sorted. And this is basically just potion stuff. And then we've got the books and the iron boots as well. Yeah, so this is something else I want to get sorted. I do have a couple of ideas for that, so we'll get on with that. But first, we're going to get down below the nether ceiling, and we're going to do a little bit of spawn proofing. And while I'm here, I still have these shulker boxes here that have a ton of stone in. So I'm going to grab these because this is what I need. I need an absolute ton of stone buttons. This may seem excessive, but this is nothing compared to what I've placed already. So let's get over there. Okay, so this is where I left it. And if you haven't seen this, it's a bit mad, so prepare yourself. But I have been spawn proofing an absolutely massive area of the nether. And the reason for this is when I'm stood at my gold farm on the platform where I kill them, this area here is all loaded. So I need to make sure that nothing else can spawn down here, and then I'll get absolutely crazy rates at the gold farm. And I have done most of it now. I've got loads of it done. But there is one area I haven't yet, and that is just over here. And the reason I haven't done it is because it's a bastion. And what I really want to do is kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I really need some blackstone. And I'm already getting attacked. Don't need this. I'm trying to explain. I'm going to be probably killed by your friend soon, so leave me alone. I want to get in here. I want to tear out this bastion. Remove all of the blackstone from it. Also, I'm going to try not to die, but, you know, it's going to happen. And then we can finish off the spawn proofing with all these buttons. So I should probably put these somewhere safe because, you know, bad things are about to happen in here. So let's drop off these shulker boxes and we'll get in there. Okay, so I've just grabbed a few golden apples and that's all I'm going to take really. So I think I just want to break into here. Actually, no. Let's go around the other side because I think there was somewhere around here that looks something like an entrance. And I haven't... You'll notice I haven't put any gold armor on because I intend on ripping this down and I'm going to get attacked anyway, so go away, leave me alone. Okay, so it turns out digging out a bastion, not that interesting. Who knew? And I also made a slight miscalculation. It turns out this part of the bastion is not in the spawnable area for my gold farm. So this didn't need to do it. But you know what? I got plenty of blackstone out of it, so not a complete waste of time. What I actually need to do is get up to the top of this one, because that is the bit that I need to spawn proof. So I'm going to go drop all this off, and then we'll come back and get a bit more done. Okay, so I've cleared out my inventory, and I've got a shulker box full of stone buttons, and I think I know where I'm going now. So if we just go around here, instead of going down there like I did last time, I think I need to go up here. Yeah, past this glowstone. Okay, so I've just come through this little cave and dug through here, and I think this should be it. Now, I don't think it's a huge area, so it should be fairly simple to either get rid of or just spawn proof. But as we discovered last time, it's not that interesting. So I'll get this dug out. Okay, so we now have a bastion dug out and spawn proofed on the last layer. So we got quite a lot from this, and we did have 2 chests here as well. And I left all of this stuff here because I didn't actually want to grab it at the time because there wasn't anything that interesting. Although I think in one of them there was some ancient debris, so I did grab that. We'll grab these now. Can't hurt, can it? And if you're wondering why this top section hasn't got buttons on it, that's because this is actually just outside of the spawnable area, and this is inside it, so that's why I put the buttons on it. Bit of an admission to make. It's now actually 2 days later in real life for me, and that's because I discovered that this bastion wasn't the last section like I thought it was. There was actually a lot more. There was a lot more caves, and I've figured out where they all are, and I've basically been placing tons and tons of buttons. So let's have a look at my stats, because I haven't done this yet. Last time I checked this, it was 14,000 buttons placed, and it is now, look there, 25,239 buttons I've placed. That's a bit crazy. But if you look at my levels, I now have 81. That's proof that I've been up there, I've been checking on this gold farm, and as you can see, it is definitely working well. So let's go have a look at how it's performing. So we're up at the gold farm now, and as you can see, even when I'm stood on the killing area, this thing is going absolutely crazy. Look at it. Yeah, I recharged my stuff in no time up here. It's absolutely brilliant. Definitely my favourite XP farm I've got so far. Yeah, look, as soon as I kill them, there's already tons of them falling down. It's actually really hard to clear them all out of here. Look at it. Yes, 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 yes. Yep. So I think, first job, absolute success. Very happy with this. Right, let's get on with the next thing. Okay, so the next job is fixing the sorting system for the piglin bartering output. Now, I don't think there's any gold in any of these at the moment, and they're obviously not running, so I can't actually show you what's going on. But I should be able to see that in these item elevators here, they should all be clogged up. Yeah. And the reason for that is, the way this works is, it will only actually send items up when there's something in this bottom one. So it'll power all of them through these observers and just go straight into there. That's a bit of a silly way of doing it, because there's always going to be things getting stuck if you're only looking at the bottom one. So I've seen a better way of doing this, and it is so simple. I can't believe I didn't think of it. But if I just put an observer there, we get a clock, and that will just keep running all of the time, and anything that comes into any of these, they'll just get sent up to the top and be on the way. Now, this is getting clogged up as well, so I do have another plan for completely changing all of this. But that is the main thing I need to do there. And it's so simple, it's absolutely brilliant. And then what we're going to do is going to have a sticky piston on the side of this one. And then we're going to put another one there. Can I do that now? Actually, let's get rid of all this. Let's do it together. I'm just going to get rid of these. Put that observer there. And then both of those towers are now just sending all the items up to the top. And then we're going to have a block in the middle. Let's have a gold block. We're still going to do all our redstone gold blocks. That's definitely the thing. So we'll just have a sticky piston either side of this, and then we'll power this block to turn on these clocks, and then we'll just unpower it, and then the sticky pistons will pull these observers back, and then it'll all turn off. Okay, so the next bit is fairly simple as well. What I want to change here is how these gold dispensers work. So I'm not going to have any of this like this. So at the moment, what happens is, we kickstart one of them. I think I have gold in one of them somewhere. Yeah, this one. So what happens is, we give this a kickstart, and then the gold is spat out onto a pressure plate, and then once that is released, this torch powers, it fires another one, and then it goes back again. But what we're actually going to do is change this out for a clock, because what that will mean is that it'll be really easy to turn these on and off. So what I'm going to have is 2 levers here, This one will purely control whether the gold is being given to the piglins, and then this one will control the sorting system. So firstly, it'll control whether these observers are here, and we're getting this horrendous racket. And then we're also going to have some pistons up at the top pushing the items around along an ice path. So it will also turn those on and off as well. And the design I'm using is by a YouTuber called Shady J. And it is definitely a big variation on what he's done, because unfortunately I'm having to work around what I've already built. But it's fairly similar layout, so it was pretty easy to adapt. And in his, he was way smarter than me and had his sorting area below, so it didn't have any need for these item elevators. But you know what, it works. I've tested all this out in creative and I've definitely got it all working. So make sure you go check out Shady J's video. I'll put a link to that in the description, and it's great design, great video, well worth checking out. So let's get this ripped out and change this over to how we actually want it. So right, I need to be careful here that I don't actually let these piglins out. So I think I can... No, don't you stay there. I think, actually, it's just the redstone I need to take out, and the hoppers at the top, because they need to move. Right, get rid of these buttons. Do I need that? Yeah, I need that. Right, yeah, so it is just the redstone. That, and that. Okay, so this is our current input chest, but we're going to get rid of that. And that as well. We don't want them going into the top, because we need to run redstone across the top of these to activate them. I'll get rid of that. And then what we're going to do is have hoppers actually going into the back, and I've probably lost most of those going through that item elevator. But never mind, we should be good. Like that. I need a few gold blocks as well. So we need them on top like that. Okay, so if we just put glass in between these, and then we can run redstone dust across the top of here. Then I'll have another one going out, and then gold going this way. And then what I'm going to do is get rid of this pressure plate, and then we'll have the redstone line going along this way. Okay, so if we just jump down here, on the back of this lever, we're going to put a redstone torch. That's the wrong place, isn't it? Try that again. No. Oh my god. Third time lucky. Right, put that one there. And now I can't use this to get up, can I? Okay. Then we're just going to do a mini torch tower here. That one there. And then that one there. And then I think we should just be able to run redstone dust along top of that. And that should be there. So if we just do that like that. Well, that's the simple version. In this case, I would actually just need to keep clicking this on and off to spit the gold out. But obviously, we don't want to do that. So what we're going to do is put a clock on the back of there. Okay, so nice and simple clock this. And you could use a hopper clock for this. But it turns out that the time it takes the piglins to do the bartering is exactly full delay on 8 repeaters. So that is what we're going with. Okay, so I've got our redstone torch there. And then if we just have 4 repeaters going this way, and then 4 this way. Redstone dust at the end. I need to put these on full delay. Right, I think that's right. So yeah, you see this cycling really slowly now, and if we go down and watch this, this does work crazily well. Right, so you can't see it because he's facing away. But what happens is, the exact time that he drops the item, another gold ingot will come out. So it is timed absolutely perfectly. So all we need to do now is, if we put this lever down, this clock will now be off, and no gold will be given to the piglins. So that is the first part of this done. Okay, so the next part, again, fairly simple. So we'll have another redstone torch there, and then we're just going to run a really long line of redstone just out here. So just carry these blocks along, and then it's just going to have redstone dust on top of there, just like that. And let's actually put these sticky pistons in first, so you can see what we're doing. That like that, and that like that. And then this one is just slightly lower, so let's go like that. Let's come out another one, and then go like that. And what we're going to do, should we go like that? Let's go there, and probably need a repeater somewhere around here. So let's go from here, and then just run that into these. That should power those. So that's the clock on. Now if we turn this lever off, we should hear that sound go away. Excellent. Right, so somewhere at this point, let's do it about there. Yeah, so we'll have the redstone go this way, and then we're going to have a torch tower going to the top of here, and then our pistons that are going on the ice path, that'll be controlled by this same redstone line. So yeah, that's great. Okay, so the next task is actually to start ripping a few things out, because at the moment we have these two dropper elevators that go into these two separate hopper chains, and those each have their own sorting system as well. So they do actually have the same filters in, and they all end up in the same chests, but this was just because the hopper chains are so slow, one of them couldn't handle it. So that's why I put the two in. But with this new system I'm putting in, these dropper elevators will go up to the same height, and then they'll both spit out their items onto the ice path, and then they'll go around, and then we're going to use this sorting system here. So this one can be completely ripped out along with both of these hopper chains. So that's what I'm going to get on with right now. Okay, so that is definitely looking a lot cleaner. Now, next job, we need to figure out where the ice path is going. I think where it needs to go is just next to these hoppers. Yeah, because that's how you do it with the water stream, isn't it? And then it'd be these hoppers that picked it up, and these are the ones that got the filters in. So yeah, that's right. So this just needs to go all the way along here and slightly past it as well, because we do have the items that are not going to be filtered. So we've got the water bottles and the iron boots and the books, and then at the other end we just need to go to exactly in the middle of these item elevators. So just a few more, and they'll go directly in between. I think it's that one. That looks about right to me. And then we'll just go along this way. And then after this, we just need to get these item elevators going up a little bit further. So it's just a couple of blocks higher than this, and then we're going to have droppers facing this way and spitting items out onto this stream, and that's it. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is build a torch tower and get these dropper elevators in as well. So we'll just do this out here a little bit. I've redstone there, and I've even remembered to bring scaffolding with me. I'm not using dirt for a change. Okay, so I think I just need to go one higher than where that is. So this should be it, and then I want one on this side. Okay, so next we're just going to put a clock on the back of here. So let's just add a few blocks in, and we only need 4 repeaters this time. So that should do us. That there. And then we're going to run off of this torch. So go like this. And these don't, I think these all need to be on 2 and 1 on 3, yeah. So we'll turn this on with the lever, and then this will activate that clock. Right, so from the other side, this is where the first piston's going to be. So let's try and get this on here without falling, like that. So we just need to run a little bit of redstone this way. And then we're going to have the sticky piston on there. I'm going to put a slam block on the front of here. But when that pushes out here, it would actually grab the ice. So we need to make sure that it's something that it can't move. So I'm going to put the glazed terracotta there. And then we can put a slam block on the front of there. Right, so that's the first bit. So once the items come out of this dropper elevator, they'll fall on top of this slime block. And then when this clock activates, it will bring back the slime block, and then push it again, and that'll send it down to the next bit. So then we need to do a similar thing over here. Break this one, and then we'll have that there, and another one here. This time, the slime block will actually be sat there. So we'll pull that there, but then when this is on, these are actually alternating. So let's get the rest of this in, and I'll try and explain how it all works. Okay, so I think I've got everything done now. I've got this other sticky piston in this corner, and as you'll see, I've got 2 honey blocks here, and this is just to align it. Just like you normally do with chests, or ender chests, or cakes. You can do the same thing with honey blocks. It may look a bit precarious, but once they're aligned here, they're not going to fall off. We don't need to put anything on this side. I think I probably will put some glowstone on this side, just so it matches what we've got there. But other than that, I think we're pretty much done. So we can actually give this a test now. I'm not going to turn on the gold, but if I just turn on this one, we should be able to put some items in here and see them come out at the top. So what should we put in there? Let's put some redstone in. And if we get up there, we should see them getting thrown across here. What was that? Oh, things are actually moving. That's good. That must have been something backed up in there. So, okay. Yeah, that is brilliant. That's working. First try. That never happens with redstone. You can tell it's not my design. That is awesome. Right, I need to put a bit more glass in here so it don't go flying everywhere. That looks pretty good to me. God, there's a lot of items coming through here, isn't there? I didn't realise there was that much backed up. Okay, so this should definitely do the job. Definitely better than the hoppers I had there last time. So now, I just want to sort out something else, because if we come down here, we will see a problem. Right, so I've got my redstone there, and then these are all the non-stackable items, so, and other stuff that's not filtered. So things that shouldn't have been in there, like hoppers, But the main thing we've got here is the iron boots, the soul speed books, and all of the potions. So what I want to do, I actually want to sort these somehow and build another room around here. So let me get my inventory cleared out and we'll get on with that. Okay, so quick progress update. I've made a little bit of a change. At the end of here, I've put in a few more hoppers, and these are completely unfiltered, so anything that comes down here and doesn't make it into the sorting system will end up in this chest. And then from there, what I'm going to have is another line of hoppers, and they're going to go through a sorting system that is going to be able to pull out the potions. And then they're going to go into some chests, and then the books and the boots will then just go by default into the chests at the end. So here, I started marking out a room, and I got a bit carried away, and I've pretty much finished it, apart from the roof, and I don't have any chests apart from these 4 here, so I need to go get some more wood. But this is how looking. It's a little bit smaller than this, but I think it fits. It's a fairly similar design. The floor's a little bit different, but same material, so I think it works. So what I need to do now is get on with this potion filtering system. This is a design by Panda4994, who is an absolute genius, and I'll put a link in the description to a tutorial by Impulse SV that shows how to build this. So let's do it. Okay, so just another quick update. I think this is where I'm going to build it. So we've got the chest there that is going to contain all the non-stackable items. From there, we'll have a hopper line that comes over here, and I hope that's at the right height. I think it is. And then over here, this is where it's going to be sorted. So this chest here is where the potions will go, and then anything else will go into this one. I'm not going to try and explain all this redstone because that would imply that I actually understand it, and I really don't. So I'm going to have a brewing stand there, drop it on the back of here, and then this is where the hop line's going to go. So yeah, that's perfect. That sits right under there. That's going to go into there, and then we've got a little bit of redstone wizardry on the back. So I'll get this finished, and we'll get this thing working. Okay, so if I'm not mistaken, that should be everything working. So I've grabbed a few of the things that will actually be coming through here, and some of the things that we actually want to filter. So let's stick all these in here and see what happens. Right, I haven't put hopper there. That would help. Okay, so in this chest, we should have potions, and in this chest, not potions. So we've got a piece of glass. Don't know where that came from. And potions in there. Right, so I did actually drop a few things down there, didn't I? So let's give this another test. Okay, so in that chest, let's put a few of these and see what happens. Right, so we've got water balls and potions coming in here. All's good. And the books have gone into there. So that is absolutely brilliant. That is working. So now all I need to do is put some hoppers from these chests into the chests I want over there. So let me get that done and we'll have a look in a second. Okay, so progress has been made. I've added hopper chains underneath both of these. So we've got potions coming out of this one and the non-potions in this one. Nice and simple, just hopper chain going across to these chests here. I've got a wall of 5 columns of chests. The first 4 are going to contain the potions, and then the last one is going to contain the non-potions. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then at this last one, it actually points this way into this chest. So this is another overflow. This whole section here is an overflow from the main storage, and then obviously we don't want this to fill up as well because then this will back up. So what I've done is on both of these hopper chains, after they've filled up everything in here, they'll turn around this way, and then they will go into this dropper. And then we've got our standard auto dropper circuit that will just spit everything out. And I have tested this a little bit, and nothing has come through here yet. So that is a good thing, but it probably will do at some point. So if we just go around here, you'll also see I have actually finished decorating this room as well. It's a lot smaller than the others, so I'm not entirely convinced that this ceiling works for this small area. But you know what? It's finished, and it looks alright. So I'm going to go with it for now. So these first 4, we've got our potions coming through. And as you can see, this is full. And I have actually moved some of these water bottles across manually because I did put them into my gold storage. So I've got rid of all those out there now, and they're back over here. And then the last one, we've got the books, and the books coming through. Now, I'm not going to keep most of these, but I thought I'd keep some anyway. But then once this fills up, they will just get spat out to the back. Then the last thing I did, just back here. This was a bit of a challenge, because I built these item elevators a little bit close to this. So unfortunately, I couldn't do exactly what I wanted to do. But basically, this just detects if this hopper here isn't full, just by comparing it to this redstone block. And then if it isn't full, it sends this redstone signal around here to power this powered rail. And then it'll pick up whatever gold is in here. And now, because this is empty, this is just going back and forth. But I've crafted up all the gold I had in my storage. So I'm just going to stick that in here. And then we should see this fill up. And then once it does, this will turn off. So yeah, what I should have been able to do is read it off one of these end ones, and then we'd have a really small redstone line coming around, but because I had to do it in the middle and this monstrosity is here, I've had to go around, so it's not the most attractive thing in the world, but you know what? It works. That is full now, so this has stopped here, and it's just picking up the rest of that gold. So once we turn it on, and these start firing, that'll just keep automatically filling that up, as long as there is some gold in there. So I am going to put everything I've got into there, and then we can leave it alone for a little bit. So we should probably give this a test now, shouldn't we? Let's see this working. This is for the gold, and then this one is for the sorting system. So you may wonder why we've got two separate levers for this. You could very easily wire them up to one, that wouldn't be a problem. But the thing is, once they've actually stopped trading, so if we turned it off and it stopped trading the gold, there would still be a lot of items in the system that needed to make it into the sorting system. So that is why we've done it separately. So when I have finished, I'm leaving this area, what I'll do is I'll turn the gold off and I'll leave it running for a bit and make sure that everything has gone through, and then I can turn the other one off. So if we go there now, we should be able to see that in action and see everything going along. So you can see those pistons firing, and they're sending anything across here. Look at this, absolutely brilliant design, love this. And remember to go check out Shady J's video, the link to that will be in the description. And I forgot to mention in here as well, where I've got the potions, I've also added in a wall of chests at this side, and for the moment this doesn't actually have a function, but I just put those in to keep this room nice and symmetrical. I may use it for something in the future, I don't know just yet. Then I also closed off the wall at this end. Again, it's not the most attractive thing, but at least it's looking finished. I may come up with some kind of design to put on there, but for now, at least it's all closed off. There'll be no gas getting in that way. And then at this end, this is still open, because what I wanted to do is have a staircase going around this way up to the killing area for the gold farm. Because at the moment, I'm flying up, and it's not the biggest area, and I do quite often take damage when I land, but what I want to do is put an enchanting area up here, which for the longest time I have had this shulker box and my ender chest. This is just my enchanting setup, so I'll be using this, putting it down here somewhere, and then having it all closed off, looking nice with a staircase going down there. But because I spent so much time placing those buttons at the start, I've unfortunately run out of time, so I am going to have to leave it there. But if you have enjoyed this episode, please do leave a like, and I'll see you again next time. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye bye.